More demonstrations took part around the city this past week as well. Fox 12's Audrey Wheel is in downtown Portland with some concerns from business owners as we see glimmers of life going back to normal. Audrey?
Camilla, first, we're right here outside of the federal courthouse. There's still some work going on here tonight when it comes to putting some of these barriers back up. You can see that they actually have this block closed right out front here. They've even brought in some of these vehicles, some machinery to put in some of these concrete barriers around the fence. The fence was previously up for 8 months, and then, as you mentioned, after it was taken down, there was vandalism, graffiti. You can even see in the corner where some of this plywood ends, where those windows are smashed right up there. And meanwhile, Portland business owners, finally seeing things open up more from the pandemic, are now worried about more violence from demonstrations. Two things that have been top of mind for many downtown Portland businesses this past year: the pandemic and protests. And while we seem to be turning the corner on one, the other is still causing quite a bit of concern.
Still a little nervous on the protesting front, but I'm feeling positive about COVID.
We spoke to Leanne Dolan on the phone. She owns Ecru Modern Stationers and says her Pearl District and South Waterfront locations have had steady business and are benefiting from more people out and about as COVID-19 restrictions loosen. But her downtown store is not doing nearly as well. She attributes that to not having the normal downtown workforce, with people still at home instead of in offices, the lack of tourism, and the perception that downtown is unsafe with riots and vandalism. During a New Year's Eve riot, her windows there were smashed, the store ransacked, another blow to business.
Having the boards up just cut whatever we were doing in half. So it's been tough. The random vandalism really just, it hurts. It's expensive to board up and to, replace your windows and then just hope it doesn't happen again.
Now, with recent demonstrations and destruction in the Pearl District, she worries about her store there too.
I'm glad that the police were able to step in and take measures to stop them in their tracks. Things felt like it was finally happening because it really doesn't feel like anything happens. These groups are just able to come in and basically terrorize a neighborhood.
Back downtown at the federal courthouse, the surrounding fence put up as a barrier for demonstrations last year was just removed this past week, only to be put right back up days later, as workers added concrete barriers and put more boards on windows.
The protesting, I think we've got some tough times ahead because we're coming up on that year mark of a lot of these anniversaries of things. I'm a little nervous about what's to come in the next 2 months unless somehow they're able to control them or keep them. People who are obviously breaking the law are, held accountable and contained in some way. And we reached out to the Federal Protective Service today about these barriers going back up so soon after they were taken down to get any more details that they can offer on this decision. We are still waiting to hear back from them on that. Reporting live in downtown Portland, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.